If you're looking for a game where you can just blow the shit out of everything, then look no further than Mass Destruction on the PlayStation 1. But is it any good? Let's have a little look.
With many games at the time focusing on graphics to impress the consumer, this game is all about the gameplay. Jump straight into your tank and pull the trigger. You start off by choosing a mission. There's 24 in total with 4 different planes: Arctic, Desert, Rural and Suburban. You have 3 tanks to choose from with various strength, which also represent difficulty. There's the Viper, which is your in-between tank with average speed and armour. The Cobra that has slow speed but good armour. And the Cheetah that is fast but has poor armour. Once you've chosen your tank, then it's on to the mission briefing. Here you'll see your primary objectives to complete. The controls are pretty simple. You have your cross button which will fire your weapon. You can carry up to 8 various weapons which include shells, high explosive shells, landmines, mortars, vortex bomb, homing missiles, chain gun and a flamethrower. These are displayed in the lower centre of the screen and can be selected using the L2 and R2 buttons. Your standard weapons that have infinite ammo are your basic shellfire and your chain gun. In the lower left of the screen is your radar, which will show dots that will be your mission objectives. Below that is your tank armour. To the right of that is the mission time elapsed. And in the far right corner is the amount of ammo you have left. You don't have to solely rely on the radar to find your way around. You can press the select button which will bring up your objectives. Pressing select again will show you a full map of the area. Here you can see where you are situated and where all the objectives are. As you travel across the terrain you'll encounter attacks by various tanks. Some are slow and easy, where others may not be so forgiving. Scattered about everywhere are soldiers that hide in trees or just run towards you firing various weapons. You can send a shell into their chest or simply squash them and hear their painful screams. Objectives are pretty simple, just locate them and destroy them. They are normally things like fuel or water supplies, oil pumps or houses. The only dangers are sneaky fire from hidden soldiers or tanks that creep up on you. Helicopters and jets become a pain to overcome as they are fast. The jets don't come so often, but the helicopters do. Just attacking with the chain gun is the best option to get rid of those. Pickups can be found in buildings or just placed on the ground. You can find health scattered around the map, and they will come in 2 forms. There's a small health pack which will top you up by 100 points, or a large pack which will give you 500 points. Once you've completed the mission you can head for the extraction point, which will be a red dot on the map. You don't have to leave if you don't want to, you can stick around to cause more destruction and find bonus objectives. The rest of the game is pretty much the same. Don't get me wrong, it's not a stroll through by any means. Things can get tough and missions can be a race against time. The graphics are nothing special, but they aren't that important. There's enough detail here for what you're doing. The soundtrack is pretty good and you can change tracks to your favourite ones in the pause menu. I found that I only played 2 tracks in total. The sound effects are great. When you get loads of things exploding at the same time, it gives you a satisfying feeling that you're dealing out some heavy damage. Controlling the tank is more difficult than I remembered, as you can only use a D-pad to move around. And as these are tank controls, you'll find it hard to manoeuvre around objects in the way. This can leave you open for attack by any tanks nearby. But regardless of the controls, this is a fun game that some may find repetitive, but still a blast to play now and then.
You may have missed this game when it first came out, and shame on you. It's a brilliant little game. There's plenty of missions and plenty of stuff to blow up. But I didn't have this when it first came out. I had the Sega Saturn version. Now the controls are so much better on this, as the PlayStation version, the D-pad is stiff to control, and of course you couldn't use analog sticks. So, I definitely recommend picking up the PlayStation 1 version simply because it's cheaper, as the Saturn version is a lot of money these days. But either way, still lots of fun.